We're back in business. After the cabinet note on allowing foreign direct investment in construction got a go-ahead from the Commerce Ministry, the cabinet will meet to consider a proposal for easing norms in the construction sector. Saloni is standing by to take us through what those recommendations are. We'll also be joined by Navin Raheja to take us through some of the implications of these recommendations. Saloni, you go first. Take us through what those recommendations are first.
Harsha, first it's important to understand why this has been done. Now, as per the DIPP website, we're seeing over the last 3 years, FDI in construction especially has fallen dramatically. Now, the last number in the FY12 year was about 15,000 crore rupees. For the current year, which is still going on, 1 quarter remaining, is about 5,500 crore. So clearly we are seeing, which is why the Commerce Ministry is going forward and looking for relaxing these norms. So what are the recommendations that the Commerce Ministry has made? Now, from the present 50,000 square meter construction area that will be applicable under FDI, they are looking to reduce it to 20,000 square meters. Also, it will fall under the 5 hectare mark is what the FDI is what the Commerce Ministry is looking at. Also, as far as the investment is concerned, that might be dropped from $10 million to $5 million. Also, as far as buying land from farmers is concerned, foreign investors will now be able to directly buy land if these recommendations go through. Also, if the company is formed by an NRI and is controlled by an Indian, they will be able to buy land directly from farmers. So this is one big relief coming from as far as the FDI in construction is concerned. But this one concern that especially foreign investors have pointed out, because this leads to a large flip-flop in policies. We're seeing one FDI in construction that was given a go-ahead around the 2007 here, and now again we are seeing one more change which is coming up, which might lead to some concern as far as foreign investors are concerned. Back to you.
All right, hold that thought. We're going to be joined by Navin Raheja, President at National Real Estate Development Council. Navin, many thanks for joining us from Bloomberg. Let me begin by asking you about some of these recommendations. You know, why is the industry pushing for this? What are the implications?
See, this is true that the major investment which goes for starting a project is into land only. Land at times accounts for over 80% of the total investment in the project, you know, when it comes to prominent locations in the cities, and when it goes to expanding and doing colonies also, you know, the land is a major component. Nowadays, land prices across the country and mainly across the major cities where the real estate activity is going on, they have skyrocketed, you know. So this one thing, because government banks do not fund into the RBI guidelines, they don't allow funding into the agricultural land. So this one move is going to give lot of breather to the industry. And this one move can actually bring about a lot of growth contribution to the GDP also.
Right.
So I take it as an extremely welcome step.
Right. No,
but
Navin, let me
at the same time,
Navin, let me interrupt you there. You know, land acquisition has been such a political hot potato. It's been such a problem for, you know, in the last 3, 4, 5 years that we've seen. Isn't allowing foreign investment, direct investment in this space going to accentuate the problem, or do you think it's going to solve it?
See, for the time being, the developers are starved of the liquidity. You know, total starvation is there. Banks are not funding, money is not coming, sales are also slow and affected. So, and total overall economic scenario in the country is not very good, you know, when it goes to investment in the real estate sector itself, rather for every sector. So, if this is allowed, at least for the time being, the position which is coming for NPAs and all, for real estate industry players, it will become it will give a great breather, number one. Number two, it will bring about more investment into the country, because this is one sector which contributes over 10%. To the total FDI in the country. So this is a great move to actually bring about growth, give a support to the industry, you know.
One final question, Navin, you know,
at the same time, as you are saying that, you know, it may further escalate prices or cause speculation and do all this. So that is where I was going to give caution. The caution is that government simultaneously should ensure that clearance mechanisms and licensing mechanisms are brought under one window system, because here we have to go through over 50 clearances in different departments.
Right.
That if that kind of investment gets stuck up, number one, it will send wrong signals to the outside investors.
Right.
So if somebody is investing money, the money should get into performing asset as fast as possible.
Right.
So more important even than this is to bring all the clearances processes transparent. Entire land mapping should be done in the country on digitalized, and the clearances should be automated through an automated route.
Sure.
So that when this money comes, it generates more supply also.
Sure.
Instead of escalating the prices. Because if more and more money goes into land prices, the land prices are going to shoot up, and it is going to further increase the prices.
Navin,
so you have to compatibly focus upon creating supplies
in this space. For allowing for investment in this space is going to increase land prices. Is that a real threat? I take your point that the government needs to speed up clearances.
No, I don't say it is going to increase the land prices, because for the time being developers are starved of liquidity. So it is going to give support to that only. I don't think any developer will go for purchasing land anymore for coming some time unless they have liquidated their inventories which are lying with them.
Right.
So it is going to be a breather for the time being. But if at the same time, the clearance mechanisms and projects are executed fast and delivered before time or on time, it is going to create more supplies. More supplies means the prices are going to go down. So this is a great policy, the great initiative by the government.
Right.
And if it is coupled with the clearance mechanism also, it can really bring about the prices, growth of the industry, growth of the country. Everything can be done through this, because this is one sector which is greatly instrumental in bringing about growth in the country.
Navin Raheja, many thanks indeed for joining us with your perspective. That's a view on the real estate sector. The sector of the industry is looking for the new rules kicking in as far as foreign direct investment in construction is concerned. Let's wait and watch how that plays out. Quick check on the political headlines at this hour. Mitali standing by.
Harsha, let's start with the countdown to the general